Good morning. This is the video for the elementary youth combined class for this Sunday, June 16th. Happy Father's Day. And it's Gideon. So this is from Judges chapter 6 verses 1 through chapter 7 verses 23. Oops, here's the story in the Shine Bible. The story of Gideon is in the Old Testament. Gideon is chosen by God to save the people of Israel, and because Israel's going downhill and making bad choices, not wise choices, and he leads an army, but he wants Gideon to have a small army, and he uses, although it's, a war, he uses trumpets and unexpected things to win this battle. Although there's plenty of blood involved ultimately, that's not mentioned, talks about in the story. And in the lesson, it talks about the emphasis on God's deliverance through Gideon's willingness to change the way things were done. And so that's one of the things this particular lesson wants us to focus on, is the willingness to do things differently, think about things differently, etc. The horns, the trumpets that they use, were look like this. And we actually have one at home. It belongs to Matt, and I'm going to see if I can bring it, because I think it'd be a great thing for the kids to look at and feel and kind of see. Like, this is, and it's a modern one. I think Matt got it obviously overseas, but I don't know where, but I'll ask him. So I'll see if I can bring that in, because I think that'd be a neat thing to look at. There's a wonder question. When you do the wonder and reflect, there's a question down here at the bottom of the page 77 that says, I wonder why God chose Gideon, who was the weakest in his family. And so I think that's an interesting question for the kids to consider. Some of the other questions from the wonder and reflect piece, which is on page 21 of the lesson that I'll send you. I wonder why Gideon asked for 3 signs. So Gideon says to God, I will do this, but you have to prove to me that you're God and this is how you're going to do it. Those signs involved, sheep's wool and some other things. But it's it's just an interesting thing to say to God, prove it, because frequently that's what we're like, nah, that's not how that works. So that might be an interesting discussion for the kids. I wonder if the soldiers expected to win the battle with torches and trumpets. And I wonder how God helps or saves people today. So I have a copy. I think, how many do I have here? About 4. I could make more, but they can share if there's too many. It'll be a smaller class than usual. It's called Surprising Tools. And so this is showing stories of people who've used things that have helped people, right? So there's this little one down here called birthday party money. And it says, a young girl in Tennessee gave some of her birthday money to buy bottled water for people in Texas who had just been through a hurricane. So our kids will understand about that. Her gift made other people want to come out to help. So the birthday money kept on giving. So these are ideas about little things that happen in life that help other people. And, they can read through these. You can read through them together, have them read through them in pairs, whatever works for the group and however many kids you have. And so that's one of the things they're going to do. Then there's an idea they have here. This is on page 22. It's called, it's actually in this other idea section right here. And this is interesting. So in today's story, God asked Gideon to do the opposite of what was expected. So Gideon had collected a big army to go fight, and God said, no, you have to get rid of the majority of this army. So it's a game where you tell the children an action, and they have to do the opposite. So this will be movement oriented, which they usually like, and also just be a kind of a fun thing for them to do. So if your action is take 5 steps forward, then they would take 5 steps backward. That's an obvious one. Maybe there's some non-obvious ones to do, I didn't come up with an example before I started talking about this, but something that would really make kids think about, how do I do that? I can write up some examples and have them on a piece of paper that you can use. But that might be something they enjoy. So that it's not really a craft related. I didn't like the craft. It was just about making a trumpet. But if there's something else that you see in here you want to do, that is absolutely fine. We leave for youth camp on Sunday, but I will be around through Sunday school at least. So if there are questions or things you need, just let me know. And awesome. So yeah, thank you very much.